And we are getting you these live pictures as the swearing-in ceremony of Champai Soren that is all set to begin any time now. The 67-year-old who was invited by the governor to take oath late this evening, more than 24 hours after the arrest of his predecessor Hemant Soren in an alleged money laundering case. It is Champai Soren who is all set to take over. Veteran leader of the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha. He will be taking oath shortly from now as the next Chief Minister of Jharkhand. The political storm that has taken Jharkhand, and Hemant Soren, who is under the ED scanner, has now been arrested soon after his resignation. It was Champai Soren who was chosen as his successor. And the 67-year-old was invited by the governor to take oath late last evening. Now, remember, he has all of 10 days to prove majority on the floor of the House. And resort politics, that has also taken center stage as JMM Congress Alliance wanting to move their MLAs as they fear poaching. Meanwhile, those pictures coming in live from Raj Bhavan in Ranchi as Champai Soren is all set to take oath shortly from now. Governor C.P. Radhakrishnan's move that came just hours after Champai Soren had met him earlier on Thursday, pleading that he be called to take oath. There was no government for 18 hours, and in order to avoid any situation of confusion, the governor urged Champai Soren to take oath, but all of 10 days that lie in front of them as they will have to prove their majority. Cutting across to Prakash, who is joining us on the broadcast. Prakash, we stay with those pictures. Champai Soren all set to take oath shortly from now as the next Chief Minister of Jharkhand. But what are the challenges that lie ahead of him?
Well, after a hectic political drama here in Jharkhand, finally Champai Soren has been asked to be sworn in as the Chief Minister of Jharkhand. And we are getting those images on the television screen that the Raj Bhavan is all set for the swearing in. Champai Soren to be sworn in as the next Chief Minister, along with him Alamgir Alam of the RJD, Satyanand Bhokta of the RJD, and Alamgir Alam of the Congress Party will be sworn in. So the challenges that lie ahead in front of that lies ahead of Champai Soren is that to prove the majority in the floor test, and as a part of the precautionary measure, all these MLAs are being flown to Hyderabad. The MLAs have already sat in the bus. They've started for the airport, sitting in the bus, and sometime soon they will reach the airport. I'm also on the way to airport, try and get a sense of what the MLAs feel about their trip to Hyderabad, because in order to keep the flock together, both the JMM and the Congress Party are taking precautionary measure before the floor test is done on the floor of the House in the Jharkhand Assembly. And before the floor test, all these MLAs would again arrive here in Ranchi for the floor test. So in order to avoid any horse trading, poaching by the BJP, because Nishikant Dubey, the BJP MP, has been claiming time and again that only 35 MLAs are with Champai Soren. But as a matter of fact, the JMM had produced a video head count of all the MLAs in public domain as well as to the governor, because they had insisted the governor may, if the governor desire, he can parade the physical presence of all the MLAs. So the challenge is to prove the majority in the floor on the floor of the House, which looks like most likely they will be able to do so. Back to you.
Oh yes, absolutely. But as we stay with these pictures, Prakash, How is the political scenario in Jharkhand looking like, given Hemant Soren's arrest soon after as he approached the top court, the massive setback that he received this morning, and has been asked to approach the High Court instead? Here, Champai Soren taking over, and his deputy also that is likely to take oath, as we understand. What are the changes that are expected to happen in the next couple of hours?
There's not much change except for the fact that Hemant Soren is not the chief minister. But for a family-dominated party, and that to a regional party, every time some or the other member of the family heads the government. But this is the first time that, with the exception of Nitish Kumar making Jitan Ram Manjhi a chief minister in 2014 when he was defeated in the Lok Sabha elections, the regional parties surrounds around dynastic politics. If you take into cognizance any party, RJD, DMK, even Mamta Banerjee in TMC, his nephew Abhishek Banerjee is calling the shots. But Jharkhand Mukti Morcha has primarily been a family-dominated party. Shibu Soren had founded this party. He was the chief minister of Jharkhand and central minister then. Hemant Soren, his son, became the chief minister and the leader of the opposition, as well as all Hemant Soren's brother Vasant Soren is also an MLA, as well as his sister-in-law Sita Soren. So it's a family-dominated party. Now the power is coming out of the family for the first time. And you know what it happens when somebody becomes a chief minister outside the family, then he becomes the parallel power center. So in that case, Hemant Soren, once he comes out of jail on bail, he's not convicted yet and he can contest elections for sure. But once he comes out of jail, then he will face this problem of a parallel power center, because once you become a leader and the chief minister, then you have your own support base, mass base, and then it will be easier for the BJP, because the BJP is in the opposition party here. So it will be difficult for Hemant Soren to keep his flock together. So tough times ahead for Hemant Soren, and he will be fighting the court case also pertaining to money laundering in the PMLA, as well as various other cases pertaining to mining scams. So it's a tough time ahead for Hemant Soren, both on the corruption charges and also at the same time to keep his flock together. Back to you.
Oh yes, absolutely, Prakash. And like you're telling us that so far the JMM Congress RJD alliance of Jharkhand, that is certainly way past the majority mark. They have 47 MLAs in the 81-member house. They have the majority mark crossing 41. And 43 MLAs who are backing Champai Soren, a video of which also was released. The BJP currently has 25 MLAs and the AGSU that has 3. Now the remaining seats that are divided between NCP and a left party and independent MLAs, but slim majority there for the BJP really. Can there be a turn of tide in the days to come?
See, as it happens, Suesha, in a smaller state, we have witnessed in the past, in states like northeastern states, as well as in Goa, multiple times that few MLAs here and there, and they can topple the government. So you never know what kind of permutation combination takes place. And yes, with Hemant Soren, with the power out of the family of the Soren, but technically they will be calling the shots, because it's ultimately the president of the JMM is Hemant Soren, and Shibu Soren keeping charge. But as a matter of fact, when the power gets out of your hand, and then begins the power struggle. So that might lead to a lot of confusion as well as the power struggle. So maybe the BJP might take advantage of it in the future. But as of now, I don't see any challenge to Hemant Soren, because Hemant Soren most likely will not get a reprieve from the High Court or even the PMLA court very soon. And Jharkhand goes to the assembly polls in October, November this year. So tough times ahead for Hemant Soren, and not much happening.
तो बढ़ जाएगा सर, बैठिएगा सर, बैठ भैया भैया राजेंद्र, अरे हटो भाई राजेंद्र, हटो दबिए ना, कोने में जाके दबिए ना, अब आपका सारा
सभी अपना स्थान कृपया ग्रहण करें।